Michigan, Northern
Oh, yeah,
Michigan.
what, UP?
Nah,
All
Traverse
right.
City.
Nice.
All right, everybody, we're live. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the live kickoff party for our Seven Figure Sellers Summit. I'm thrilled to have everybody come on and join us all over the world. If you can see us, and this is live. If you can see us, can you please type your name and where you're watching from in the chat, just so we know where you guys are and watching from. Meanwhile, I'd like to introduce some of our special guests. We have with us here today from all over the world. We have Yoni Mazur coming in from East Coast. How's it going, Yoni?
Great. I'm in the Jersey Shore, Asbury Park. So greetings from Asbury Park.
Awesome. Welcome. And then also we have Liron Hirschkorn coming in from New York. How's it going, Liron?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. All right. And then we also have Andy Humphrey. Andy Humphrey, how's it going?
Cheers, guys. Coming
Love
in from
it.
Traverse City, Michigan.
Yes, Traverse City. Excellent. And then we also have Chris Davey from Shenzhen. How's it going, Chris?
Yeah, good. Just woken up, 7 a.m.
Early morning in Asia. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
A little too early for the cocktail. Huh? I had some coffee earlier.
Yeah, I did
All
think
right,
about going for a martini, but I was like, nah, it's too early.
Excellent. Okay, and then we also have Kenny coming in from Hong Kong. Kenny saying,
Hi.
how's it going, Kenny? Good to see
How
you.
you doing? Good morning. Also,
Yeah.
very early for me, so I've got my cup of tea here.
You got your tea. Excellent. Okay, fantastic. So I see we got some people watching live. We have Wes, I think from Australia. We have Kyle. We have Srinivas. We have Victoria, Anne Marie, Karen from Florida, Jody from Florida, Srina's from Jersey, Victoria from Chicago, Anne Marie from Melbourne, Wilma from New Jersey, Ed from Milwaukee. How's it going? Kylie from Montana, Mark from Iowa, Joe from Jersey, Wayne from Sydney, Malcolm from New Zealand, Parole from Charlotte, Mary from Oregon, Jackie, how's it going, from Melbourne, Karen from Nashville, Deborah from Pensacola, Bruna from Brazil, based in California, Dudu Bang, Bruna, Michelle from St. Louis, Mike from Sunnyvale, and we have someone from Indonesia, and we got Daisy from LA. Welcome, everyone. Super excited to have you guys join us. I got my party hat on. This is the live kickoff party. We're going to keep it cool. We got some free prizes for you guys. We got some of the amazing speakers, seven-figure sellers, experts. Super excited to have you guys all. Sharon from South Carolina, Lynn from London. Thanks for coming on. I know it's super late for you in the middle of the night. That's amazing. Okay, so very quick, here is our game plan today. And today, I just wanted to give you guys a quick intro about the summit happening tomorrow, how to get the most out of it. And then I wanted to introduce some of our special speakers we have today. Much love to GETIDA. They're our platinum sponsor. We really thank them for their support, and some of our other sponsors as well as our speakers. And I want to give you a chance to interact and even get some of your questions answered. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box, and then we'll have Q&A later. And we got some cool prizes as well. So I want to make sure that you guys stick around till the end. We got some awesome prizes, including cash, including coaching sessions, like a free Amazon listing audit. I mean, this stuff is priceless. I think just, that one thing, like what Gary Keller said, right? Like they can just help you, cross the tipping point. So that's awesome. So quickly, just some updates about the summit. Today, we were just featured in Forbes. I was super excited about that. Elaine Pofelt, she featured us in a piece writing about how people can get started in e-commerce, whether you're like a bricks and mortar store or if you're someone that's thinking about it starting on the side. So just super honored that we were featured in Forbes. We already have over 2,000 people signed up for the pass online. So it's amazing. So before we begin, I just wanted to share a little bit about the vision about the summit, because, a lot of people, they said, oh, I want to cancel 2020. I'm like, we're stuck. But I think it was Gary Vee that shared, don't cancel the thing that woke you up. Okay. I mean, this is a wake up call for a lot of people, even though we're in lockdown in like most places all over the world, myself included here in Japan, my family and I, we're in lockdown. But at the same time, with crisis comes opportunity, right? So right now, COVID-19, it's like injecting a growth serum in Amazon. It's just like growing out of control. I mean, you guys have seen all the numbers, and e-commerce, it's booming right now. It's kind of like the silver lining in the dark cloud, and especially right now as we're going to enter Q4. It's like what Michael Jordan said, right? It's winning time. Q4 is the time that everyone goes shopping online. The holidays, it's time to crush it. And by all indications right now, it seems that e-commerce is going to break all the records. So that's why I really wanted to launch the third seven-figure seller summit right now, because as we're entering into Q4, I wanted to feature some of these successful seven-figure sellers, these e-commerce experts, to show you how they built, how they scaled, and how they're exiting right now, so you can crush it in Q4 as well. So, I love that quote by Jim Rohn. He said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." So, we have on over 35 of the top seven-figure Amazon sellers, e-commerce experts. So, you can really learn how they're doing it. Okay. So, and also, during the pandemic, most of the offline events, they're postponed. So now's your chance to surround yourself with successful $1 million sellers to be, you can learn, you can be mentored by them. And then, for some of you guys out there, you can stop binging on Netflix and start leveling up your e-commerce business. All right. So hopefully this will be helpful to you. All right. So I like to introduce some of the awesome special guests that we have with us here today. First off, I like to thank our platinum sponsors, GETIDA first. They really help Amazon sellers automate and take care of their Amazon reimbursements. It's a big deal. I think about half of you guys aren't really doing this well, myself included. You're leaving money on the table, on Jeff Bezos's table. He definitely doesn't need any more money. So I'd like to invite Yoni Mazur to come on. He's the co-founder of GETIDA. Yoni, he had a $20 million a year Amazon FBA business, but then he pivoted to create GETIDA. So he's going to share a little bit about that. So Yoni, would you like to share a couple words, please?
Yeah, I guess so. Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here. I'm really impressed how global this event is. So shout out to all the Amazon FBA sellers all over the world, and thank you for joining us. A little bit about, myself and GETIDA. GETIDA, or some people, they don't know how to read it. They say GETIDA, whatever it is. So it's an acronym. It just stands for Get IDA, which stands for Get Intelligent Data Analytics. We're a technology company, data company. We help Amazon sellers, audit their account. We do logistical and financial auditing to help you get back anything that wasn't recovered on your Amazon account. So, small example, I don't want to get over tiring. If you send 1,000 units to Amazon to their fulfillment center, they only got 990, and there's 10 units missing. Our system will catch that, but then our service team will actually open cases on behalf of the sellers and help them reconcile everything. And if there's a eligibility for reimbursement, they're going to get paid by Amazon on reimbursement. This is the tip of the iceberg, entry-level example. But these kind of things, there's 30 to 40 things that we look into with your Amazon account to make sure you get the maximum. Because if you don't get the maximum, you're kind of losing twice. First thing is your cost of goods, your investment. Second thing is your profit, because when Amazon pays you a reimbursement, they pay you as if you sold that unit on Amazon. Okay, so we're here to help everybody maximize it. So you shift the double negative into a double positive momentum, and that's it. We're here to support anybody comes to our door, educate, elevate, and make everybody just better over our sellers, and have a good time and a good party with this event.
Awesome. And then Yoni will be giving out some cash, $250 cash prize later for trivia. So stay tuned to that at the end of the presentation. And then Yoni will be speaking on day 4, profitability. He's going to talk about how to use Amazon reimbursements to get the maximum money back so you can lower your cost of goods, increase your profitability. So that will be Thursday at 10 a.m., August 20th. So definitely stay tuned for that. So next, I'd like to welcome my friend Liran Hirschkorn. He is 7-figure seller. He runs the e-commerce mindset podcast. He's spoken very widely across the world. He also has a PPC agency as well. And Liran will be speaking on day 1. He's our first speaker. I'm super honored to have him on Monday morning, 9 a.m. He's going to really dive deep into the mindset of a successful e-commerce seller. So Liran, would you like to just say a couple words?
Welcome. Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I'll be talking about mindset, and then there's a bonus call, I think, for people who buy the recordings on PPC, a talk that you and I did on kind of like the Amazon ad strategies that are working today. But I'll give you a story, a quick story that I just read, and maybe it's related to mindset. So since I'm talking about mindset, it's relevant. So the story goes that there was a very successful king landowner, and he had a very young employee who was like one of his best employees, and he really trusted him. And the king left, had to go travel, and he left the land to one of his other employees and put him in charge. And one of these other employees, he was kind of jealous, of this young employee that was like really favored by the king. And so he said he was going to trick the employee. He's going to say that this employee made a grave accounting error, and he's going to get him in trouble with the king. And so he fixes the books, and he shows the employee the mistake that he made. And the next day he lashes 15 lashes at him, like beatings with a whip, right? For each mistake he made, 15 times he lashes at him. And when the king comes back, and the guy goes home to his wife, and he cries about what he went through. When the king comes back, the employee tells the king what happened, and he's very sincere, and the king believes him, right? And so in front of the head employee, the king says to the head employee, "How many times did you lash him?" And he says 15. And he says, for each time you lashed him, give him a gold coin. And so he gives him 15 gold coins. And so the employee comes home to his wife, and he's crying, and he has these gold coins. And the wife asks him, why are you crying? And he says, because I was only lashed 15 times, right? Because he had these 15 gold coins. And I think the lesson is that sometimes, the challenges that we go through in business, we don't realize that we should really be asking for them, right? Because it's overcoming these challenges that get us to the next level. But while we're going through them, we don't kind of see the light on the other side of that. But I think with challenge comes opportunity. And like you said, 2020 is a year of challenges and opportunity for e-commerce. And instead of fighting away from the challenges, accept the challenges, take them on happily, because that's what you need to sort of accept as an entrepreneur and overcome in business. So little mindset shift on accepting all the challenges that come our way.
Definitely, I agree 100%. One of the takeaways I think I always learn from Liran is that failure and success, they're kind of intertwined, right? So sometimes we feel like we're getting lashed on the back, it's painful, but we're kind of like planting the seeds, we're reaping the rewards later. So definitely I think that's a great hack. And then thank you, Liran, for very generously offering a free listing audit to someone that will answer the right trivia question at the end. So stay tuned for that. And for those of you guys watching, if you have any questions, for any of the speakers, like Yoni about reimbursements, Liran about mindset, just feel free to drop it in the chat. We'll try to address that, towards the end as well. All right. So let's keep going. Next, I'd like to welcome Chris Davey from Shenzhen. And Chris Davey, he's an alum of the Seven Figure Sellers Summit. We've had him on several times. He's originally from England. Okay, if you hear him speak, like he has a thick British accent, and then you can spot him from a mile away. He's a seven-figure Amazon seller, a good buddy of mine. And then he really designs, engineers, and sources his own brands based in China. And then over the past years, he's really built up several unique brands. And then he's going to talk about how to use your brand to build a product roadmap to scale your business. This will be on day 2, Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. So Chris Davey, how's it going over there in Shenzhen?
Yeah, it's going really good. I was just sitting here thinking, actually, a lot of people have been stuck at home in this time. And I was actually reflecting back on the fact that I worked for the same company for 25 years before I became an Amazon seller and designing stuff. And that obviously taught me a lot of stuff. But what I found as soon as I left and I was sitting at home was I had a lot of talents that I'd built up over the years. And I think there's people sitting at home now who have learned some talents as well. Like, for instance, I just cut my hair, yeah? So I've learned how to cut my hair, yeah? So YouTube is your friend, always. You know, a lot of people have learned that they're really good school teachers, and a lot of people have learned school teachers are really good. So what I'm kind of saying is don't waste that time, yeah? Because, you know, now is a perfect opportunity if you're stuck at home to be learning something new if you're into this new, or be learning how to scale your business to another level. You know, there's an opportunity there, and don't let it go away. You know, don't miss it.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I also learned to cut my hair during COVID, as you can see here. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I think, you know, if you were thinking about, you know, doing that side hustle with the e-commerce, you know, now is a great time. And, you know, we have over 35 people that have, you know, done it. They're experts. So I think it's a great time to level up as well. So Chris generously will offer 60 minutes of mentoring to a lucky winner that stays around until the end. And again, I love Chris's insights because his perspective is different. He's on the ground in Shenzhen. So he really he goes deep, you know, with the factories and, you know, what he does. Like he has, you know, past experience with like a major speakers company. So he's learned a lot from his sourcing career as well. So definitely, like, every time I hear Chris speaks, he drops like so many nuggets. I mean, definitely check out his session Tuesday at 10 a.m. All right. So next, I'd like to welcome Rob Siegel. He's from Rosenbaum Famularo, and they're the law firm behind Amazon Sellers Lawyer. They do a ton of stuff, you know, helping to protect your Amazon brand, prevent you from getting suspended, and also bring you guys back if you do get suspended. And then I also like to thank Amazon Sellers Lawyer for sponsoring. We really appreciate your support. We couldn't have done this without you guys. But more importantly, you know, they're adding value as well, because Rob and CJ, one of his partners, they gave a really good presentation talking about how to protect your sales and your reputation on Amazon so you don't get your IP stolen by competitors, you know, in terms of broad brand protection. That's going to be Tuesday at 3 p.m. And Rob, just welcome, and it's great to see you. How's it going in New York?
Yeah, thanks. Everything's good. You know, as you and Chris were just talking, with the pandemic, there's definitely a lot of opportunity online with e-commerce, and as private label sellers are continuing to grow, the opportunity is definitely out there. So, you know, like you said, our firm got started with the plan of action, suspension, and helping sellers deal with baseless IP complaints. But now I focus exclusively on brand protection and helping sellers protect what they've built and maintain exclusivity if they have relationships with brands. So I think now more than ever, it's really important to protect what you have and doing it in a way that you know, don't make a fool of yourself or the brands that you represent.
Yeah. And Rob, could you just drop like one nugget for everybody watching today about brand protection? What's something that someone can take away right now? I mean, not to put you on the spot or anything.
Well, I mean, I think just off of what I just said is, you know, it's walk softly, but carry a big stick. You know, you want to enforce your brand, or you want to enforce intellectual property the right way and with vigor. But you also want to be polite. You know, there's other people's livelihoods at risk when you're enforcing intellectual property. You don't want to get someone's account shut down if they're going to cooperate with you. Using the cease and desist letter process, finding out who people are and contacting them and dealing with them amicably is definitely our firm's preference. And I think, you know, for a brand, it's important to maintain your image and not be someone who's just going in there with a nuclear weapon and kind of destroying businesses without working with business people first.
Definitely. And I agree, because sometimes, you know, we're only, you know, thinking about building our business, but, you know, sometimes you got to think about defense as well, right? I think like one of the, I forgot which coach said that, like, defense wins championships, right? I think if you're an NBA fan. So, you know, with brand protection, it's like, you know, for a lot of the sellers, like, you know, I was talking with like Kellyanne Fidio, for example. She's a 7-figure seller that exited her business. She's speaking on day 5. You know, she said that her brand was her biggest asset. You know, it was more than all the cash she had in her bank, you know, everything else. So she really had to protect her brand before she exited. So I really recommend that you guys check out Rob's session on the on the 18th on day 2, 3 p.m. with brand protection. That's awesome. And then meanwhile, I see we have like even more people joining in. We have Judy from New Zealand. We have Mark Riggle and a ton of other people from Sunshine Coast, Australia. Awesome. And then we have Ellen from LA. How's it going? Kathy from Texas. Margaret, how's it going from Australia? Marge, good to see you. Zaina from Georgia. And we have a ton more. I recommend, another way to get the most out of the summit is, share this with a friend. Share it with someone that's also going through, through their Amazon, FBA journey or e-commerce journey, or someone that's thinking about it. Because, having accountability, at least for me, I feel like this is something that helps move you forward. So, if there's someone that you're thinking about, feel free to drop them, let them know about our summit, sevenfiguresellersummit.com. They can sign up for a free pass. We're launching tomorrow. So I think that's a great way that, you can surround yourself and also, get some support from your friends as well, especially now, as we're in lockdown. Okay. So thanks so much, Rob. Next, I'd like to welcome Andy Humphrey. All right. Andy Humphrey is a 7-figure e-commerce seller. He started with just $100 capital in 2004. He's a veteran. He's built a portfolio of successful stores. He has a highly successful Shopify store, which he's going to talk about in a live case study. His store is sprinklersupplystore.com. Okay. He also was on Shark Tank some time ago as well. So this guy's a serial entrepreneur. And then Andy, before I invited him on, I was just chatting, just checking up on him, how he was doing during COVID and everything. He's in Michigan. And then he said that he was able to squeeze out nearly, it was like over $80,000 in additional profit out of his Shopify store since the COVID lockdown by just changing 4 things. And then he was actually selling less product than before because he had, some furloughs with his, some of his drop shippers and stuff. So welcome, Andy. How's it going over there?
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Good to see everybody. Absolutely. And things are definitely good. And, what's really funny is at the end of the day, I really feel like COVID has helped me recognize that it's really nothing more than supply and demand, like this pendulum, this scale of supply and demand, and so you can take that into you can think of that in many different ways, right? So if you're building a brand, it's like, where does your brand fit in that like supply and demand, sort of scale. And I think, Gary, what I'm excited about the most about what you're putting together is that the mix of people that have started and have achieved some sort of like, they've achieved something. And then you've got another set that are like maybe just starting out. And really, at the end of the day, we can do nothing more but continue to, as I would say, like experiment, try new things, like continuously try something every day. Let me see what happens if I do this. What happens if I do that? And then make sure that when you try those experiments, that you're really realizing what happened when I did that. And that can almost be like a mindset of your business. It's like continuously adapt and try new things, because what you learn today is completely different from what you need to know tomorrow. And so when I think back to like 2004 in e-commerce, there's some fundamentals that remain the same, but how we apply those have definitely changed, and sort of the businesses that I've been involved with have changed. And a lot of the fundamentals haven't, but if you don't keep trying and trying and trying and trying, you'll never get to where you want to be. And it doesn't happen with just one try. I mean, it may, but it's not likely. So just keep on trying and learning along the way.
Definitely. And one of the key themes that I saw come up a lot was, people are very resilient, right? Resilience. I think, Liron mentioned this, and, some of the other speakers, because for very few of these entrepreneurs, like their first business was like a home run, right? But the key thing is they kept trying, they pivoted, they got up to the plate, they took some more swings, and eventually they got some hits. They made contact, and then they started scoring some runs. And, the home run will come later, but definitely keep trying. And then Andy, I know you wanted to pose Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and remember who you're comparing yourself to, right? So let's say you're sitting at home and you want to start an e-commerce business. Don't compare yourself to us here tonight. Compare yourself to your neighbor, right? Or the guy down the street or the guy across the town. So if you just start and you learn something and you figure out how to put a product on a website and how to get the add to cart button and how to put something on Amazon's channel, you're miles ahead of most people. So it really depends on who you're measuring yourself to, and don't measure yourself to someone who's had success. Let that be like the light that you're looking towards, but don't measure yourself against them. Just think about how much you have learned by trying that your neighbor has no idea.
Andy, I think that's a great point. I think measure yourself to who you were yesterday, right? Like, if you knew nothing yesterday and you know something today, then you're a step ahead.
Yeah. It's very easy to forget because we all live in our own little worlds, and we forget and we think about maybe what all of us here tonight have achieved. And I think about what I want to be, but I'm not going to get there overnight. It's just, you have to just keep taking little steps and little chances and trying things. And just the act of taking that one step, you're in the 1%. If you just take one step forward, that's the 1%.
Gary, you're in Japan, right?
Yeah, I'm in Japan.
So I think in Japan, they have something what they call Kaizen. You familiar with Kaizen?
You have to enlighten me, man. My Japanese is horrible.
So the Japanese believe in Kaizen. So what makes these Japanese corporations and organizations really great is that the word Kaizen means that incremental improvement over time. That's how you build excellence. So I thought because you're in Japan, we can touch that little Kaizen and bring it out there. But yeah, measure yourself with the incremental improvements over time. Day after day, after a year, you're gonna see, oh man, I made all this progress. And that is the way to become Toyota, Honda, Nissan, you name it, Sony, all these corporations. That's how they did it. They started way back in the 60s, 70s, but they were determined to do it incrementally over time. And today they're running global corporations, very, very successful. So that's just a little lesson in the state of Okinawa right now in Japan.
Yeah. Thank
absolutely.
you for that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of this, because we're just putting all of our minds together. It's like a mastermind, right? So Andy's dropping that nugget, and then Liron's coming in from that angle, and then Yoni is coming in, with Kaizen and, to resonate with me in Japan. I think this is awesome. And the fact that it doesn't matter, even if you're, like Anthony, for example, in Melbourne, he's under a state of disaster from COVID, but I mean, we're still leveling up, right? I mean, real entrepreneurs, we find ways around excuses. Chris Davey, I remember you said this last year, right? I mean, you had that issue with VAT, and you kind of like turned that upside down. Can you just give us what you share a little bit about the VAT situation, how you turned that setback into an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I basically, yeah, I mean, when I first started out, it was like, there's so many things to do, yeah, and I basically left the job and started a business, so everything was new, yeah, and just went in full steam ahead. And actually, I had a really good bookkeeper that I found, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry about the accounting, yeah, like you can catch up on that later." Well, what ended up happening was I didn't pay VAT for the first year and a half, and then I got audited by HMRC, and like that went on for about 2 years. But at the end of the day, that forced me down the road to get all the VAT numbers, go pan-EU, and then like Europe become like 50% of the business. So it was kind of like a godsend, if you like, although it was a lot of hassle at the time.
For sure. And I think that, for the fact that Chris went through it, it was like, the lashings on the back. I think, he didn't say that, but I think that's what, that's what it feels like. But at the same time, some of his competitors may not be willing to put in the effort, and then, they're locked out, right? So he's kind of building a moat around his business this way. So
yeah.
I think
that's exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened. A lot of my competitors didn't go into Europe. They were trying to, they didn't pay their fines, their accounts got shut down, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's like one of the takeaways, right? Even though, I mean, it's like, it seems like a challenge, but real entrepreneurs, they find ways around excuses. So, definitely, check out what like Chris Davey and, Andy and Leron and everyone else is doing here. Okay,
I
excellent.
just got something to say on what Rob said, actually, which was about not hitting the people with a stick. We just had someone copied our product and put it up on Kickstarter. And we contacted them. Well, in fact, actually, our social media actually bombarded them with comments, saying, "Hey, you stole this design." Da, 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 yeah, so that was kind of good. And the guy actually reached out to me, and like he was really nice about it. We were really nice about it. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to close this Kickstarter down. Where do you want me to send all these people that have backed the product?" And like I set them up a code, a discount code. And like we got like 50 sales on Saturday morning from it, It's like
wow, that's amazing, man. So I just love that resilience. We keep going back. It's like a common theme, right? Resilience, and then talking about Kickstarter. I don't know, Chris. Maybe you should consider a Kickstarter if like someone else is doing it. I mean, why not do it yourself, right? And we have two speakers. Talking about crowdfunding, how to raise money outside of Amazon. Kirsten Ross, she's speaking on Tuesday. She's had several very successful Kickstarters, and also Vance Lee. He's also giving a talk on Tuesday. So kind of thinking outside the box, right? There's ways to generate cash flow away from Amazon, and you can kind of flip that model around. Rather than having to spend like $10,000 on inventory, you can do crowdfunding and have people fund you before you place that order. And then kind of like Chris, it can even be like a preemptive strike, right? Before someone else steals like your product, like Chris's product, to put it on Kickstarter yourself. So I highly recommend that. Okay, next, I love to welcome Kenny Sang. He represents Ping Pong Payments, and also I like to thank them for being a sponsor of the summit. They're an international payment processor, so you can use them to save money when you're selling internationally. If you're paying your suppliers internationally, if you're selling internationally, you want to bring that currency back to your home country. And you can also save money on VAT paying your suppliers. And then he will be speaking on the 20th on Profitability Day. Sorry for the background noise. I'm working from home. We got a 21-month-old Harrison over here. So I apologize for that, but we're doing our best. We got to find ways around excuses. So I want to still deliver value for you guys live. All right. Kenny's going to talk about how to increase profitability and lower your international payment fees as you scale your e-com business to new markets. Kenny, do you want to share, why you're excited about the summit, and, how you can, lower some fees when it comes to, paying people internationally and bringing that money back?
Yeah, great. So thanks, Gary, and nice to meet all of you guys. I think probably the best thing that in the last kind of half an hour, one of the things I realized is that even where this current world that we're living in, we're so kind of disconnected. Just being able to kind of share and kind of hang out with people, with like-minded people here, certainly has helped me kind of re-energize myself. I'm certainly starting to get a little bit, I wouldn't say depressed, but kind of a little bit demotivated by not having to be able to meet people in person. Not being able to attend some of the cool events and conferences that happen. So yeah, I think this is a really good initiative, Gary, at a good time as well.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on. I just wanted to quickly share my own mistake when it came to like international payments with my Amazon business. The first year I sold internationally, we expanded to EU, and then we also have a company based in Hong Kong. So for the US sales, we had to bring that into Hong Kong. When we first started, like the first year, many years ago, we just used Amazon's default payment option. I don't know if you guys have used this. So I just thought that's the quickest way. I was busy with building new products, scaling, sourcing, all that good stuff. At the end of the year, my bookkeeper, he reviewed the numbers, and I found out that we had paid Amazon thousands of dollars in payment transfer fees, currency exchange fees, just to bring that currency back. Okay, so if I were to give myself advice, I mean, definitely use a third party. Amazon charged about 3.9% on those fees for payments to bring it back, for example, from overseas to USD and to convert it. So if you use a third-party payment processor like a ping pong, you usually can bring it down to about 1%, even less depending on volume. So immediately that's like 2.9% addition on your bottom line. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you guys don't really have to think about it too much. If you are selling internationally, definitely consider using a third-party processor like ping pong, and check out Kenny's session as well. He gives a real life case study, and then we had some audience questions as well that we answered there as well. All right, so that's awesome. And then I wanted to next quickly share a little bit about the summit's going live tomorrow, and my baby, he's like trying to get in on the camera as well, so you can see my mic is going. So we are live. This is awesome. So you might be thinking, how do I get the most out of the summit? Okay, we have like 35 plus speakers. The summit, it's going to start tomorrow, okay, Monday, August 17th at 9 a.m. Okay, Liron's going to kick us off talking about mindset. Okay, we have a full calendar, about 7 sessions a day. Okay, 6 to 7 sessions. So number one, look out for my daily emails, because if you signed up for the free pass, they'll have all the links to the sessions when they go live. Okay, so each day you'll get the email in the morning, and then you'll get the links to watch live. So after the session goes live, if you have the free pass, they're available to watch for 24 hours. Okay, so make sure you're signed up for the daily emails to get that. And this is new. Okay, so this is the 3rd year we're doing this. And I listened to a lot of your feedback. So, you spoke, I listened. So I wanted to help you guys interact with each other more. Like some people are feeling isolated, maybe depressed. So every day we're going to do a live recap at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll get a chance to watch the sessions, come on, get your questions answered, or if you're stuck somewhere. And also you get to meet some of the speakers that we're bringing back as well. Okay, so definitely check out that. And the summit is structured like a course. It's split over 5 days. So I was talking to Andy. He gave me some really good advice. Like the progression is actually like the natural progression as you build and scale and exit a business. Okay, so day 1 on Monday, we're gonna cover mindset and fundamentals of a 7-figure seller. So this is super important. Like a lot of the stuff we shared today, about Kaizen, incremental increments, about resilience, about all of the mindset and the fundamentals. We're also going to talk about product selection. Sharon Evans, she gave a great training about how she doesn't rely on software tools. She goes into other areas, into like sub niches, and focus on solving people's problems. We talk about copywriting, marketing by Emma Shermer Tamir. She's a 7-figure copywriter. She works with a lot of big companies. She shared exactly how to create Amazon listing that converts. So we got a ton of good stuff on day 1. Day 2 is about marketing and branding. Day 3 is about scaling your business to 7 figures. Day 4 is about profitability, so you keep more money in your pocket. Day 5 is about exits and selling your business from people who actually done it. And then, ultimately, a lot of people say like the exit, it's like the biggest income a seller is ever going to get. It's like over 50% of the income. So definitely, we featured several 7-figure sellers. We have Kellyanne Fidio, we have Chad McGillsey, we have Eitan Wiener. Talk about both their successes and some of the mistakes they made along the way. Because the saying goes, a smart person learns from their mistakes, a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. Okay, so definitely check out that. And then we also have Chris Schipferling. He comes from an M&A background. He helps advise companies how to maximize their exit. And also Corin Woodmass, he's the FBA broker. He's overseen so many deals. He gives you the insight about what's going on right now. And then there's other ways that you can add value to your multiplier when you exit. Okay, so I know that you guys are watching all over the world. So sometimes like the time zones, I know that we have some, we have Mark, he's in Australia. Okay, so this is something new. We put together a calendar link so you can actually add the sessions to your calendar. Okay, it's a Google Calendar link. I'm gonna drop that in the comment, and then that will be in your email as well. Okay, but if on the other hand, if you don't have time to binge, we have the all access pass. So if you like to upgrade, if you like to unlock all 35 plus sessions, you can watch them according to your schedule. You can save time. We also have the audios. You can download them to listen on your phone when you're on the go. And also, if you're walking your dog or if you're running errands, you can still level up. And then we also have a private Facebook group as well. You can get your questions answered. Some of our speakers are there, like Leron, Chris, some of like Andy's there. So some of the other guys as well. So that's optional. On the All Access Pass, it's $99 pre-launch. But tomorrow the price is going to go up because we're going to launch at 12:01 midnight Monday. So if you'd like to get that, definitely I recommend that you guys consider that. And then, so, and plus you get a ton of value also. Like Yoni from GETIDA, he's offering $500 in Amazon reimbursements for free, up to $500. So I think that's a no-brainer. That covers your pass. That's like, positive ROI, no brainer. Leron, he gave a really in-depth training about advanced PPC, beyond his mindset training. So, All Access Pass members will get that. So definitely, it's optional, but I just wanted to put that option out there if you guys want. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I like to go into Q&A. Okay, I like to go to Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, that'd be awesome. And thank you, Srinivas. I'm glad that this is helpful. Definitely drop it in the chat. So
I saw this question. Gary, hear me? I saw this question from a Facebook user 733. Can we address this question? I find it interesting.
Yeah, which question? Can you repeat that?
It says many e-commerce professionals say that the product doesn't really matter and the winning products only exist in theory because marketing is the key. And if you are very good in ads, you will make money. What do you think? I wanted to touch on this question to bring it out to the team here to see what they think about that.
Yeah, this is a great question. What do you guys think? Who'd like to tackle this?
I would disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I have an example of something I bought recently, and maybe y'all here have been a victim of this social media campaign of a beer can, and it's a top that it cuts the top off the beer can. And I bought, and I don't think it was the name brand, so I bought whatever was in my social media campaign, and it didn't work at all. I mean, this thing was a piece of shit. And I bought like 2 of them for $40. And I'm so frustrated right now because the vendor on the other side, which I can tell by the language that it's foreign, they're like, will you take a video, please? And show me what doesn't work. And can you try again? I'm like, just fucking refund me because this thing is such a piece of shit. And the product, it just doesn't work. And so their marketing was great, but the product was crap.
Hey, Gary, put some earmuffs on Harrison, while Andy's talking.
Andy, if you can like tone it down a little bit just for like keep it family safe.
Can you tell? I'm like a pissed off buyer because the product was
but definitely I understand the emotion.
Write a review, Andy.
I had no idea this is gonna touch your nerves like that, but all
right. My thing on this is that a winning product to you can be a losing product to somebody else, and the reason is because it depends on your capital. Okay, I can go into fish oil if I have enough money. I can go and I compete. If I have six to seven figures, I can go into that market and I can probably compete if I had a good solid product. So I think part of the formula for a winning product is how much capital do you have to go in and compete? Besides, differentiating and having a good quality product as the foundation and a great listing and everything else. If you have, $5,000, you're going to need to go into a niche product that's not super competitive, that also doesn't have the same potential, right? That maybe only has the potential to sell $3,000-$4,000 a month. And for somebody else, that's not going to be a winning product. It may be for you. But for somebody else that has $50,000, they can go into a different type of winning product where they have the capital to spend the money or lose money on the front end to break into the market. So I think winning product very much has to do also with the amount of budget and capital you have to be able to enter that specific niche.
So basically what you're saying is for any seller to basically do a check click and check what are their available resources. And based on that, they'll choose the trail that they can walk into
Meaning-
and explode.
Meaning, with enough money, you can get into any niche, right? If you want to lose money for 5 years, yeah, you can get into any product in any niche, right? And break in and get reviews and sell for cheaper and whatever. You can get into any niche with enough money. I think part of the equation is how much capital do I have and how quickly do I need to be profitable? And based on that, it can help you kind of determine the level of product that you can go into. I had somebody recently ask me about going to a pet supplement product, right? But this is a product that normally I would tell somebody not to go into, except that these are guys that have raised money, they have funding, they're going into retail, so they can go into it because they're willing to put up the money, put up the ads, price lower. They're willing to do what it takes to break into the market. So for them, it can be a winning product. For somebody else, it might not be. And I think that's part of the equation that you have to, take into account.
Got it. Gary, you got another question that popped into your head or what?
Yeah. I have another question, and it's similar to Zaina's question here, actually. What's the number one single greatest advice you can give to someone that's just getting started a week ago, has no online selling experience? And if I can just kind of tailor this a little bit, because I know a lot of you guys are already, deep in the weeds right now, running your 7-figure business. But similar to what Zaina was asking, if you had to start over your e-commerce business, guys, I mean, given the same resources you started when you did, what would you do today if you were gonna enter the e-commerce game? I'm curious. Can we start with Chris? I'd like to hear some of your thoughts, Chris Davey.
Yeah, I mean, starting over a week ago, I don't know. I mean, what I do is a little bit different to most people. So the question before, product, about the product wasn't important. For me, the product's everything. I'm trying to design something that's different from everyone else. So I really think it's very difficult when you're starting out to find the right product. So getting a single advice that can work for someone who's just getting started, I think it's a lot about research. But for me, I try to spot gaps. I don't look at I look at what other people are doing, but I try to spot gaps in the market. So I'm trying to think of a good example. So I mean, I think I told you this one in one of the previous ones that we did, but basically we started making these accessories. So we were making accessories for this major brand, and they sold their product in 5 different colors, but all of the accessories were only in black. And so we bought out blue, red, white, and whatever the other color was, I've forgotten now. And basically, we just swept up, because nobody was making all these different color products. So somebody was buying a blue product and they were seeing our blue accessory. Nobody else was making a blue accessory. So it's immediately, boom, 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 just started selling. I just look for the holes that other people aren't looking into. It might be price. I might make something cheap's not normally a good way to go, but I might make something more expensive. I might think, everything's $20. If I was buying this, I'd be looking for something a bit more premium, and there's nothing premium on Amazon. So
yeah, definitely. And Chris has this really interesting strategy. He calls it the up and down strategy. So he looks for the gaps. So if everyone's selling cheap, he does something expensive. If everyone's doing something expensive, he does something cheap to capture the other end of the market. I think that's a really interesting play on it. But I'm curious, what do the other people, the other guys on the call, what do you guys think? If you're starting over today, given the same resources, money you had when you first started, what would you do?
Gary, my advice to somebody starting would be twofold. First off, your first product is just your education to learn, right? That 5,000 that you put in, that's your weekend course, that's your 6-month course. That's your learning. You're going to learn. Forget about whether or not that product is going to succeed or not. If you get most of your money back, it's a win. If the product succeeds and you go on to the second one, that's even better. But consider your first product your education. And my other piece of advice would be stay in the game long enough to get lucky, right? If you stay in this game long enough, You keep launching products. You stay in the game. Don't make a lot of big bets where you lose a ton of money you can't afford to lose. Just stay in the game, and eventually you will get lucky, which is not really lucky. You stayed in the game. You kept launching products. You found what worked, and you learned. The only way you're gonna learn is making mistakes. I had someone who spoke to me yesterday, and they showed me their product, because people come to me and ask me, will you manage my ads? And a lot of times I actually say no, because if I don't think the product has a shot, I don't want to take your money and manage your ads. And I said to them, you're pricing much higher than your competition. You have a new product. You can't win here. And they said, yeah, I made a mistake. I wanted to do gift packaging and didn't realize that now I have oversized fees, and I have, $11 in FBA fees, and I have to price higher. And I made a major mistake. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You learned. Now you're never going to make that mistake again in your next product. And that's your learning game. Throwing ad money at it is not going to solve your margin issue where you can't compete in the market. But that's the stuff you only learn when you actually take action. And like Andy said, you try new things every day. And if you're starting out, experiment with a few $1,000s on your first product, and that's good enough. And also, if you're starting out right now and you have time, bring a product that would make sense for Q4, because at least you can liquidate, you can sell it, it'll move. And if it has more demand during Q4, then maybe you still have time to bring that product in during a seasonal time that will sell. If I'm starting in March, maybe I'm going to bring a summer product that I know worst case will sell out during that time.
Excellent. That's great advice. All right. So Zaina, hopefully that's helpful for you. And, I agree with both Chris and Liron. Look at this as your education. Think of it as like your college education, because they don't teach you this in school, right? So, you're learning. And then even if the first shot doesn't go in, you got to, keep taking shots, right? You got to go back up to the plate. You got to keep swinging, right? So that's how you learn. And once you go through the whole cycle, you learn the whole process from A to Z, right? And then nobody can take that away from you, right? So you can apply the same thing to your second product, your third product, etc. Okay, cool. We have a lot of cool questions. And at the same time, I wanted to get to the prizes as well. So Yoni, can we go to your prize first? I know you got something exciting, and then we'll get back to the Q&A. Yoni, I think you have a couple of slides as well. We're going to do a quick trivia before we get back to the questions. Yoni.
Yeah, cool. No problem. Let me set it up real quick. Let me see if I got this. Share screen. Share my screen. Okay, everybody's going to see it. Just a moment.
Let me know once it's shared out. I'll display it. 1 second.
I think, hold on. Let me go back. It's towards the last.
I made it.
Welcome to our buddy CJ Rosenbaum as well. Thanks for joining us. We're live. We're live on the call. We're last couple minutes. We're going to give away some prizes. Super excited to have CJ on, Amazon Seller's Lawyer.
First of all, Chris, awesome to see you. Laurent, awesome to see you. I'm only late because of Rob Siegel. He took the last Blue Moon out of the fridge before he went on quarantine, and I had to run out and get some more. So, Rob,
I never drink a Blue Moon, so that's definitely not
Okay. Thanks, CJ. Okay, Yoni, back to you. Let's do this. Let's do the trivia.
Okay, so if you want, you can share the screen. I think it's ready to go.
Can you guys see the screen? If you guys are watching, type yes if you can see the screen.
You're good.
All right, good. All right, so welcome everybody. We prepared a short, quick and dirty trivia for the people in the party. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about present who I am. So there's a little bit of a context here. We're gonna present some few icebreakers. It's gonna be like poll questions to see who's with us in the crowd. Beyond their geographical location, and then there's gonna be two quick trivia questions. So whoever's gonna get both of the questions right, hopefully somebody, some people will. We're gonna do a raffle, and whoever wins the raffle is gonna get $250 in cash from my end, from my company, from GETIDA. And I guess there's other sponsors who are sponsoring the prize. Gary.
Yes. There will be some other prizes as well.
Okay, so it's $250 plus more and more, which will be, I guess, elaborated later. Okay, so let's, without further ado, if everybody's ready, what you can do is actually, I know you guys can't really see it, but you guys are gonna be able to log in through your computers or through your phone to answer the question. If you go to menti.com, menti.com, and I'm gonna give you a code. We can get to that later, actually. Before that, I want to touch a little bit about GETIDA, just to give some context. Essentially, we're a reimbursement company or refunds company. What's GETIDA? It's GETIDA. It's an acronym. It stands for Get Intelligent Data Analytics. We believe in a couple of things. One thing we believe is that we're a global leader in FBA auditing and reimbursements. We do offer auditing for all the Amazon platforms in the US and also in the UK and Australia, wherever you're located. We did win an award from the American Business Award, for our dashboard technology. We do have a dedicated team of claim specialists. So once we do find issues with our technology on your account, we actually have a dedicated team. A big part of our team are ex-Amazon employees. We used to work with Amazon's department for the reimbursements. So we kind of know what we're looking for and how to deal with the issues. We do track and monitor our recovery rate. So our recovery rate is more than 75%. So for every 4 cases that we're going to open on your account to get you reimbursed, more than 3 cases will get reimbursed. And we believe in affordable solutions for all sellers because part of our model is based on a win-win proposition. We don't charge any fees or any retainers up front. We only charge a fee if we're successful in getting your recovery. We charge 25% fee. So for example, if Amazon gave you $100 and if we have reimbursement, we'll charge $25, only if we're successful. Okay, that's a little bit about us. And if you're wondering where to find us, I think my computer froze. No, it didn't. Okay. You can find us at GETIDA.com, but also in Amazon's App Store. If you go to the Amazon App Store, you'll find us there. This is just a quick tip for anybody here that's listening who sells on Amazon. If you're looking for any kind of software to deal with the Amazon account, my recommendation to you, go to the App Store, see that it's there, approved on the Amazon App Store, because Amazon vets. It really scrutinizes you before you're able to provide your services. So it's a great tip for, if you don't know who to deal with, Amazon has invested $15 billion in creating their App Store and their marketplace, and they're vetting service providers and software providers like crazy, which is great. So you know that your data is protected. Okay. That's a quick tip. Now, if anybody wants to enter and this is optional, anybody wants to enter the presentation, it's an interactive presentation and join the trivia. You can see here on the top, it's menti.com, and just put this code in 3020716. You can do this through your phone or through your computer, and you're gonna be able to submit your answers, okay, and participate. I'm gonna give you guys like 10 or 15 seconds to put it in. Okay, and once
Yoni, could you drop that in the chat so people can just click through and copy and paste that? It might be easier.
Let me see if I can do that. All right, let me copy that. All right, this is gonna be a little rusty. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the share. So I'm gonna put it here. I don't know if I have access to the rest of the chat. Can you put that in, Gary? But it's pretty simple, straightforward. Menti.com. menti.com. Let me share it again. Okay, guys. So once you're at menti.com, just put this code 3020716. Okay, and then it's gonna enable you to provide your answers. I'll give another 10 seconds.
3020716. Is that with spaces?
No spaces required. This here, it just has spaces, okay, so it's easier on the eye. So 3020716. Okay, and then you're gonna be able to submit your answers. And once again, we're gonna raffle the winners. This is how we're able to raffle the winners, because you entered your information to enter the presentation. Okay. Everybody got it? Did you get it, Gary? You're gonna be my barometer for timing, because I'm in space right now with this globe.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going with the presentation. I dropped it in the chat.
Okay, good. So let's go to the next question.
There you go.
A bit of a lag. I see there's 28 people, and it's cool. See on the bottom right, you'll see how many people are in, and somebody already submitted a question.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
We have over 113 people live on the call right now. So if you guys want to win some money, here's your chance. Okay. This is going to be a positive ROI, no brainer for you guys.
For sure. Yeah. This is an icebreaker. What type of a business are you? Okay. This is just, so we see who is with us today participating. Are you a private label seller? Are you a reseller doing arbitrage? Are you a private label and reseller, which is both? Are you an agency? You're just a service provider? Or none, just here to learn, So we got already 40 answers on the bottom right. And I see somebody already put a question. By the way, if you have a question at any point, you're going to be able to put it in your screen and share with us. And when I get to the end, hopefully, if there's time, we're gonna answer the questions. Okay, so actually, I'm not sure. Okay, keyboard H. Let me see that. All right, these are results.
Awesome.
Okay, so overwhelming majority are private label sellers, a little bit of resellers, and some people are actually they do private label and reselling, which is interesting because you have both legs. You got the private label and reselling brands. And 20% are here to learn. Okay, so hopefully you guys will learn a lot. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, once again, this is last chance to enter the raffle. Once again, menti.com. Okay, the code is 3020716. Whoever didn't get a chance, now we did some icebreaker. You guys learned how to use it. If you enter information, you're going to be into the raffle, so you can win the $250. Once we actually get to the trivia questions, we're going to have another warm-up poll question just to warm it up, and then we'll get to the point. Okay, I got 16 people who added in, 17 people, 22. Let's give it another moment. It's the last station before we hit home. Okay, 27, 28. It's running up. You guys see here on the bottom? I got 4 questions already, 5 questions. This is a sturdy crowd. I did this in Vegas. I did this in New York, Gary. I don't have these numbers. It's pretty good. In terms of a question, 5 questions already on the start. That's pretty good.
Come on, guys. I want 7-Figure Seller Summit to destroy like the other presentations that Yoni did. So we need your help. Come on.
It might take me a few days just to answer all these questions. And
yeah. Right. I want to bombard him. So I mean, he's happy with GETIDA with supporting us.
I got 54.
Some people got kicked out. I don't know if that's an issue. Like
no, it's not an issue. No, they can log back in. It's not an issue. But we have 50 and it's still running. So this is it just keeps running. I feel like I won the lottery. 59.
Okay.
All right, I'm giving people another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we got it. Let's move on to the next one. Second question: what is your primary retail category? Is it clothing, shoes, and jewelry? Is it home and kitchen? Is it electronics, office products? If you are in cross categories, you can answer. You can put two answers basically.
Yeah, it seems like every question is kicking people out. They have to go back.
No, it's okay. No, I mean it's it shouldn't be. Let me check.
I think every question
because you're not going to win. Don't claim you're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see. No, it shouldn't be. It's let me see. Presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you guys see. So I'll calm you down. Okay. I think I had this question in the past. 2-0.
Calm me down, Yoni.
Yoni, I'll give you a minute. Can we do this? I'll give you a minute to sort that out. We have some other really good questions coming in, and we'll go back to you.
I mean, it's cool? Okay. If you guys see this on your screen, it says poll number 2. You're good to go. Did you guys see that? Poll number 2. What is your primary retail category? You guys see that on your phone, or you got kicked out?
Hey, I saw it.
You saw? Okay, I got 70 answers here. 70 people answered, so I think we're good. See on the bottom.
CJ's trying to win the 250.
You bet your ass I want to win that 250.
I should have brought my leader go cancel to make sure this is a kosher event.
Listen, I'll add something else to it. We will match it if you donate it to charity. We have our own charity. We'll match the winner if they're going to donate it.
If they're going to donate our 250, you'll match the donation?
Absolutely. We donate to the Ty Lewis Campbell Foundation. It's an organization that raises money for cancer research. If you win and you're going to donate it, me and Rob will match it.
Nice. Very nice of you. Okay, 74, 75. I mean, should I
make CJ the winner then?
That'll be funny. I'm still going to pay, though. It doesn't help me much.
Come on, get to the next question.
Okay, Gary, do you want to get another question, or should I get this? We've got 77 answers. It's loading up here like crazy.
I think that's good. I think that's good. Let's keep going.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, I can't even read it. Too many. What was that answer over there with the 35%? You guys remember?
Home and kitchen, probably.
Home and kitchen. Yeah, you're right.
Home and kitchen. Yeah.
Wow, that's the first time. Home and kitchen. All right. So you got a lot of people home and kitchen.
I'm selling in home and kitchen as well.
Got it. Pet supplies, and we got other people. Okay, that's what we got. Home and kitchen, guys. Home and kitchen, health and household. Cool. All right. This is for the money. This is the first trivia question. Right now it's just icebreakers. What is the overall U.S. retail size of e-commerce sales? Okay, it recently got updated like crazy because of Corona, and you got all these answers. You got 5%, you got 10%, 15, 25, 35, and 45. Okay, what is the overall U.S. retail size of e-commerce sales? So from all the retail sales in the United States of America, what's the percentage of e-commerce? Okay, is it 5%, 10%, 15, 25, 35, or 45?
All right, come on, guys. This is your chance to win 250 bucks.
Well, there's 2 questions, so this is 50-50. If you get this wrong, then I mean, you might. If everybody gets this wrong, we still have a chance. But if you get this wrong, you know, you got to get it right. We got 46, 47. It's rumbling in. See on the bottom here? That's the answers coming in.
Yeah, excellent. And meanwhile, we're going a little over time. I mean, I like to thank all the speakers for joining on today. If you got to run, I totally understand. Your time is valuable, but if not, I encourage you to stay on, and then we're gonna try to get to the other prizes as well. All right.
Yeah. We got this. Another question. We're done. So
yeah.
And I see just people are rumbling in. It's I don't know if they're trying to take their time and check on Google. But it's not going to be so easy to check because that's information is pretty updated. All right, let's give another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got answers coming in. Okay. What is the overall U.S. retail size of e-commerce sales? Most of you guys said 45%. Okay. And then the next runner-up was 35%. So I'm going to tell you guys the answer. So just so you guys know, the answer is actually 15%. So whoever said 15%, congratulations. I see answers coming in. It's going to be already too late. So I apologize. It's 15%, but I want you to know one thing. Up to about a few months ago, like up to pretty much March of this year, 2020, it was about 10%. And it took about 20 to 30 years for e-commerce to get 10% of the retail market. But in just a short run of a few months, it grew by 5%, which something that took about 20 years of growth happened in just a short few months, which is unbelievable, unheard of in the history of the world, especially the world of commerce. But I guarantee you one thing, that 15% is surely going to grow to 16, 17, 20, 25, 30. Lots of room for growth. So whoever's in this game right now, congratulations, you're in the right space. There's a lot of opportunities to keep up, your game, keep learning. And like we spoke about earlier with Kaizen, improve yourself over time. Okay, let's run to the next question. Second question, what is the rate of customers who order via mobile? Okay. So all, the 100% of the clients that shop on Amazon, what is the percentage of them that actually shop on Amazon using their mobile device? Is it 29%, 49%, 69%, or 79%? Gary, am I still live or just talking to myself?
You're still live. Yeah, you're good.
I don't see any faces. I don't see like that. I'm kind of in the darkness. I'm in outer space.
Yeah, you're live and kicking, Yoni. Don't worry. Yeah. You're good.
I'm in the Milky Way. I don't know if you guys see the Milky Way on the top here, but that's where I'm right now. That's all I see. That's all I know. All right, you got 27, 28. People are putting it in. This is the second chance. Whoever got that first question right, if you get this right, good chance to get that 250. And if you're generous enough, like CJ said, and you donate it, he's gonna donate also 250. So hopefully it'll be $500 for a good cause. CJ, you're gonna donate to that 250 is gonna be donated to your cause or any cause that they'll choose.
Any cause you choose, but only if we get to see Chris Davies again. I hope he went to go fill his glass.
Got it. Let me see.
Whatever charity you donate to, we'll also send in another 250.
Very nice of you.
That's excellent. A coffee glass in his time zone.
I hope not. I hope not, Chris. Haven't seen it in a long time. Don't disappoint.
All right, we got 63. When we hit 69, we're going to bring out the answers, but I'll give another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, most of you guys said... Most of the answers are at about, you guys are split between 49% and 69%. You see you got 30% here. All right. And over here. But the actual answer is actually 79%. So, the people who said 79% and
79%. Wow.
79%. Yeah. So what does this mean? That, 79% of people, they happen to use their mobile when they shop on Amazon. So if you guys sell on Amazon, it means one very important thing. Anytime you update your listing, okay, and you enhance it, your enhanced brand content, whatever it is, you got to check on your computer how it looks like, and also make sure to check on mobile devices, and not just one mobile devices. Make sure you check it on the iOS, for the iPhones, And then the second one for the Androids to make sure, see how it looks. And not only your listings and everything like that, also what you want to do is your PPC campaigns, your sponsor ads. Always make sure to fine tune anything that you do via mobile, because mobile is where the traffic is, and it's extremely important. Okay, so this statistics indicator just opens up our eyes, and hopefully for everybody here, just to make sure that they are aware of this. Raise the awareness. If you were just enhancing all your listings and always checking your desktop, that's a good start, but it's definitely not the end of things. What you got to do, take your mobile devices and check it and scrutinize it. Okay, make sure it's optimal for that. All right, this is the second question. Congratulations to everyone. We're going to check later on. We're going to announce it. Gary, you're going to let people know. And if there's any questions, you can email me directly, yonim@getida.com. Okay, and I see we got actually 14 questions here. I'm not sure why. I didn't really plan to take any questions, but we'll give it a quick cue. Where does Jeff Bezos live? They say a billionaire is a citizen of the world. You can choose to live anywhere. So that's my answer for that. Mark has answered. How does your service differ from your competitors? It's a long story, but check the App Store. If they're not in the App Store, that's a good start. I'll give you the simple answer for that. Hi, that's just a test. New private label. Hi, launch. Do you deal with 200? I think we got this. What is this?
We got this question in the chat. Let's tackle this question. Can we go back to the chat, Yoni, and then we'll.
Yeah, you can just break me out. Let me see.
Okay,
Boom.
Excellent.
Good to go?
Okay, great. Let's get back to that question from David Kim. All right, David had a really good question. David's a new seller about to launch. How do I deal with the 200 unit limit in FBA right now? My promo to get on page 1 is about 20 a day. He's doing giveaways. So essentially I'd be sold out in 10 days, FBA and then turn off. Any advice for David, guys?
I mean, in order to achieve this, you would need to merchant fulfill behind it. You would need to be able to have a 3PL or to do it yourself behind it. Or you go with a different strategy where, maybe you're just starting out with aggressive Amazon ads instead of doing a giveaway. You can rank really well just using Amazon advertising on a new product. So maybe you alter the strategy, or you do the Amazon ads first, and then see if you need to do a push behind it after a couple weeks. But the answer is really, for new products, you need to be able to merchant fulfill. Because the replenishment will take a little time to catch up with your initial sales volume.
Hey, can I jump in, Gary?
Definitely, CJ, go for it.
Listen, I'm not a seller. We help sellers, but I got to tell you, if you're committed, then jump in with both feet. Have some faith. Make a decision, and believe you're going to succeed. Okay, so I would start working on an inventory. Make sure your sourcing is lined up. Believe you're going to succeed. You're just going to succeed. See yourself succeeding, and I would continue to jump in with both feet.
For sure. And if I can weigh in, you may want to consider a 3PL or third-party logistics warehouse in the US, just so that you can bring in that initial order and then either have them do fulfill by merchant, FBM, or you can just keep that in stock. So once you run out of that 200, you can inbound another small order. That would be much faster. Let's say shipping from a warehouse in Los Angeles to the FBA warehouse, rather than trying to ship from China, because that's going to take a month if you're shipping by sea. If you need a freight forwarder, I'd like to thank Unicargo, Raphael. He's the founder, and they work with many Amazon sellers. They're super familiar with the whole Amazon FBA requirements, the whole process, and I highly recommend that you guys check out Unicargo. They're also a sponsor of the summit. I think it's 2 a.m. in Israel where he is, so he couldn't join us tonight, but like to thank him as well. Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'll give you an answer for that.
Yeah, Chris,
I haven't tried this myself, but we have a high-level group where people were talking about this similar subject recently, and they were saying that if you open multiple windows and you create Amazon shipments, let's say you create 5 Amazon shipments, you post them all within 1 minute of each other, you do them all within 1 minute of each other, then you can basically create 5 shipments and you can send in 1,000. I don't know if it's true. I haven't tried it, but they were saying it work. So
it is true, but I would say do it at your own risk. Disclaimer: because you may have issues with Amazon down the line.
maybe.
Okay, different angles to hit this problem. Excellent. Meanwhile, Liron, I'd like to get to your giveaway. You're offering a free Amazon listing audit. Is that right?
Yeah, Gary tried to twist my arm into giving something away. so I said, hey, if somebody, if we want to pick somebody, and if you have an amazing listing, don't waste your chance. Like if you have a listing that probably needs some work, you're going to be a better candidate because I can actually give you some feedback on what I would do to improve it. So, I'm happy to have whoever wins message me on Facebook, and happy to take a look at your listing and just give you feedback on what I would do to possibly to make improvements. Again, if you have a killer listing that's converting at 30-40%, probably don't need my help with it. But if your listing is struggling, then it'll be easier for me to give you some feedback on what I might change. I think some of Yoni's tips on optimizing for mobile is a great start too.
Definitely. And Liron, how do you want to do this? Do you want people to maybe like do a trivia question, or maybe ask their number one question about optimizing their listing, and then you can pick a winner based on the responses? What would you prefer, Liron?
I don't know if Yoni has another question, or we can ask a question. You can ask a question here, and whoever answers first, or something, or pick randomly.
I have a question if you want. It's not on the slides, but I have a few questions. I can make one educational. I can make one more for kicks, but it's Amazon related.
Okay, doesn't matter, for kicks.
For kicks,
Let's
all
do
right.
that.
If you're an Amazon employee, okay, what kind of type of award can you win? I'm gonna give 4 answers from the top of my head. The first award is gonna be the Prime Day Award. Okay, the second thing will be the Day One Award. The third prize will be let me check my answers. Actually, I had that.
Third prize, a bathroom break.
No. Actually, I got the Prime Day. We got Day One.
If you guys need a bathroom break, just go for it. We're a little over time, but I wanted to get to.
That's for Amazon warehouse employees,
Yeah, we got the Door Desk Award, and we got the last one was what's it called? What do you call it? The fire award? They have the fire devices. They got 4 types of award. If you're an Amazon employee, only one of them is real, by the way. So I got 4 answers for you. Is it Prime related? Is it related to Day One? Because Amazon has J Business has a whole thing with Day One. Third thing is a door table, okay? Or the fourth one, like I said, was the fire award. How do you want to take the answers though? Yeah, put them on the chat. Put them on the
randomly.
Yeah, put them in the chat. The first person that answers correctly.
Yeah. Only one of them is actually legit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
put your answers in the chat now. And my team member Josephine, she's behind the scenes. She will monitor because we're streaming simultaneously on our Facebook group and YouTube. So you guys may not see all the answers, but Josephine will be the judge when it comes to
that. I see most of the answers are for Prime Day and Day One. I want to remind you guys 4 answers, guys. Okay, we got the Prime Day, Day One, the Door Desk, and the Fire Award. Okay.
Door Desk. Do we want to tell the story of why it might be called Door Desk? I don't know if that's the answer, but
if you want to close it down, let's see what the answers are. Everything has its story, but this actual legit answer has a unique story that I'm sure you know. So you can say it, Laurent. But
I guess it's Door Desk, but that's what originally Amazon employees used as their desk. They took the doors off the hinges. And
to be exact, Jay Bezos in his garage, he didn't have a desk to start working, so he literally took a door, from his, like you said, the garage door or something, and he put some legs in it, metal legs, and voila, that's the Door Desk. Yeah, go ahead.
And in the actual Amazon offices, that's how they got started. And when the guys from Netflix, they were looking to get bought by Amazon. They had an initial conversation when they just started. Like Amazon made them like an 8-figure, $10 million offer or something. They came to Amazon, and it was in this like totally terrible area in Seattle. Like they're like drug dealers outside the building. They came in, they're sitting with Jeff Bezos, and he's literally has his door as his desk. And they're like, what's going, Jeff, like you guys are doing pretty well already. Like, what's going on? And he's like, this is the culture. We spend money on the customer experience, not on fancy stuff. So, you can look back to those original pictures. He had Amazon spray painted. It's a famous picture of Jeff Bezos at his desk, and he's got Amazon like spray painted on the wall. So it was kind of like just sending a message for culture. And they use their doors as desks.
Let me show you. Yeah, I'm actually gonna share the screen for a second. If you, Gary, let me share it, and I'll show you guys. Can I share it again? Yeah, share it. Okay. You're right. So basically, this is here on the right. You guys see? This is like
we don't see your screen. Oh, there we go.
You see, guys, this is Jeff Bezos. He took a door, and all these hinges, these weird hinges, all the desks, at least in Seattle, when I went to visit, they all look like that. And that's pretty much because of the legacy of Jeff Bezos when he started it. But they actually have an award. They call it the Door Desk Award. So, top Amazon employees, if they do well, they get the Door Desk Award, and that's like the Amazon Oscars. So just a little bit of a story there. You can choose your winner, Liran. I have a winner for my event, for my questions, Gary. So should I announce it here? You want to announce it privately? How does that work?
No, why don't you announce the first prize winner?
Is there a private policy issue here, or all good? I'm just gonna.
No, we're good. So we're gonna do this. Yoni's gonna announce the winner, and whoever wins, please contact. Do you want to contact Yoni directly? Should we contact you?
I have the information because when they entered the thing, we have the information. So no.
Okay, just why don't you just announce the winner? You can follow up with them.
Okay, so congratulations to Jenny Tam. Jenny Tam, she won $250. We're gonna reach out to you and give you $250. So congratulations, you answered the questions correctly, both of them. So you did great. Most people didn't get it right. It was only her and somebody else, but unfortunately, that somebody else did not provide their information, contact info, so we can't even raffle. So she won the award.
Congratulations, Jenny. Please follow up with Yoni to claim your prize. And also, if you're considering donating to charity, please let Yoni know. CJ will be happy to match that $250. So that's awesome. All right. And for the second question, we have a winner as well. So my team member, Josephine, she's monitoring behind the scenes all of the submissions from all these different places. I'm going to announce the winner right now. Okay. So for the second prize for Liran's listing audit, the winner is Kara Brown. Kara, congratulations. All right. Please send us an email at support@sevenfiguresellersummit.com, and then we'll connect you with Liran to claim your prize. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. So let's keep going. I know we're a little over time, and I wanted to get to some of the other giveaways. CJ and Rob, I know that you guys have a really cool prize to give away to our audience as well, right?
We do. We're giving an iPad away. All right. So Rob and we are like the oncologists. We're like the world's greatest doctor that you never, ever, ever want to see. So I don't want to give you something that makes you call us. So Rob and I and our firm at Amazon, sellerslawyer.com, we're giving away an iPad. Just something for fun.
Awesome. That's great. How do you want to do this? Trivia question?
Gary, I'll let you take it. Or Rob, are you there? Can we see your handsome face?
I'm here, but I don't know why it only shows this yellow screen when I click my video on.
All right, Gary, you take it over. However you want to run it. We want people who really, the reason why people pivot into online sales is to really get control of their lifestyle, make money, be successful, but really control their lifestyle. And one of the things like I love on my iPad is I read a ton. I read business books and I read travel books. So I want people to make sure that they take the time to enjoy life. So you asked the question and that's
okay. Well, let's do this. I'm just curious. Let's just keep an open-ended answer, and CJ and Rob, you guys pick the winner. So let's do this. What is the goal for everyone watching? Okay, what is the goal? You know, why do you want to create this e-commerce business? You know, what is your number one goal? You know, like what is like the end game for you? Is it like you want, you know, financial freedom, or you want to, I don't know, like, you know, one of our audience members, like, you know, like Ruxana in Australia, she's like a frontline worker in the medical field, and she doesn't want to, you know, risk herself and her family because she has to go to work every day, you know, with the whole COVID situation. So I'm just curious if you guys can just type your answer in the chat. Just what is, you know, why are you doing this? Why do you want to start an e-commerce business? And then there's no right or wrong answer, but I'll let CJ and Rob, you guys pick the winner. Does that sound good, guys?
It sounds great. One of my goals is to be where Andy is right now. Like, I think that is awesome in the background.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
It's real life. It's real life.
It's Michigan.
While you guys are entering your answer, Andy, tell us, where are you, man? Where are you?
Nah,
That's awesome.
This is just my back deck here in Traverse City, Michigan. Yeah. If I could turn the camera, you could probably see the lake, but I'm not sure if you can see it or not.
Wow.
Anyway, just Michigan, man. Michigan. Northern Michigan.
Have, daylight? What's the time there?
It's almost 8:30. 8:26.
Yeah, I'm all dark here in New Jersey. I
PM.
didn't realize you guys have more sun than us.
Dude, we're on the same time zone, you know. So I grew up in Vermont, and I spent my summers down East Maine, and I miss the early morning sunrise. So when you think about Michigan, like, dude, we're on the East Coast time zone, but we're like 1,000 miles to the west.
No, I used to live in Detroit. I feel you. I used to live in Detroit back in the day.
Okay.
Hey guys, have you seen? I love Mark Riggle. I don't know if it was yours. Time freedom. I love that phrase, man. I'm gonna claim it as my own. I think time freedom. I'd love that.
Time freedom. Okay.
Listen, I am deferring to Rob. Rob is gonna be the good guy and the bad guy here to pick the winner.
You mean yellow screen?
Yellow screen, man. Yes, absolutely.
What do you say, Rob? What do you say?
Well, I could just agree with CJ and pick Mark, right?
No. George Costa, freedom and fire your boss. I love that. Robert, travel the world.
You'd be lucky.
Post-corona trial. I got to tell you, some of the other speakers here have really grown to be not just business colleagues, but also fantastic friends. Like, as soon as I saw Chris's face light up. But you're right. You're right, Laurent. I think it's first thing in the morning for him. You might be drinking coffee, but great to see you guys. I missed the travel. I missed meeting.
Okay, so CJ and Rob, why don't you pick a winner so we can move on? We can get to the rest of the agenda.
Victoria Grayson. Freedom to spend time with my daughter and to give my mom an awesome retirement.
Beautiful. Congratulations, Victoria Grayson. So please how do you want to do this, CJ?
Victoria,
email you guys?
Send us your shipping address. Maybe that's the easiest way.
Okay, let's keep it the same. So please email us at support@sevenfiguresellersummit.com.
I'm going to email CJ first from Victoria at Gmail with my address.
Okay, so Victoria Grayson. Okay, well, we know what you look like, Victoria. So we'll track you down. But Victoria, please email us at support@sevenfiguresellersummit.com to claim your prize. Congratulations, and then that's an awesome goal. Good luck to you and to your family as well. Excellent. Okay, so let's keep going with the giveaways. Chris Davey, I believe you have a coaching call that you're offering a lucky viewer with us, right?
Yeah, I don't really run any courses or do any external stuff like that, but I did start doing mentoring a couple of years ago. I've actually stopped doing it because I just didn't have the time to devote to it. So I was doing it at $500 an hour. There's 2 or 3 people that I'm still mentoring, but most of the people now I'm not doing. So I'm offering 1 hour of mentoring.
Excellent.
I don't really have a question. I just randomly, interested to help out someone who's preferably like someone who's in the sort of design field at the moment, yeah, sitting in a desk job, like someone who's doing CAD drawings or something like that, yeah, because that'd be where I could really add value to get them out of that desk job and get them designing something for themselves.
Definitely. So if you are still working a desk job, maybe in CAD design or something of that nature, why don't you drop why you want to work with Chris in the chat box? Okay. And then Chris can pick the lucky winner. All right. And thank you everybody for staying overtime. I know you guys, you guys got your families and you got your work commitments. I'm just super grateful. And thank you everybody for watching. We're trying to do all we can to help you guys succeed and connect with everybody around the world to level up their e-commerce businesses. So you guys, as we wait for the comments to come in, let's move on as well to Andy. Andy, I believe that you're offering a coaching session as well, right? And I mean, I love all the stuff you've done with Shopify, for like a different angle. I think this will be really interesting. Yeah, what do you
absolutely.
say?
Similar to Chris, what I would like to say, Chris, I actually started in CAD. So my why was because I hated sitting behind the desk. So literally, like, that was my first job in the landscape architecture trade was CAD design, CAD drawings.
Yeah, and that's and when I think back to the company I worked at before, there's all these engineers and like CAD people, and I could take at least 10 of them, I'm sure, and make them 7-figure Amazon sellers. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, what I would like is to find someone. I want to know what they want, what their goal is, what their dream is, like what they want to achieve, and then work with them at least for an hour to help them on that path towards that goal.
There you go. So after we pick the winner for Chris, definitely for Andy, share that goal. What is the goal? What is the dream? I think it's a little similar to what we asked earlier, but Andy can pick the winner based on that. All right. Okay. So before we close out, as you're getting all of your entries in, Chris, do you see anyone that fits the bill in the chat? If you want to pick someone. So
yeah,
far.
I mean the first person to reply here was Kyle, is it? And said he's a design engineer, but stuck doing management more than design these days. So I totally feel that from previous job, where what you're supposed to be doing is not what you end up doing. You end up like creating KPIs and stuff like that, and not actually working on stuff. So
awesome. Congratulations, Kyle. Congratulations. So again, please email us, support@sevenfiguresellersummit.com, and we'll connect you with Chris. All right. Congratulations, Kyle. Okay. And next, Andy. Let's see.
Yeah. And you know what, guys, I'm running this through my iPad, and when I click chat, I don't see anything. So I think you might see a different version of what I'm seeing.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm saying is you guys got to pick, because I don't see anything in the chat. There hasn't really been a chat on the iPad listing of this.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just looking through so you guys still have a chance to enter. I think for the goal, like beyond just the money, okay, what are you going to do with the money? Okay. Are you going to, take care of your mom who might be sick, or are you going to, what are you going to do with the money? Okay. Not just make the money. We want something deeper than that. Okay. Interesting. So we have a couple of, we have Allison. My dream is to have more time with my 5 children and bring my husband, a construction worker, some relief. Allison Lopez. Thank you. Nutu said, I would like to achieve financial independence so that I don't have to work for someone else. Zaina Watson, my goal is to leave a legacy, products that outlive me. Deborah Mitchell, my goal is to build an awesome brand and build a successful e-commerce business. Anne-Marie,
I would say
like
keep going deeper, like dig a little deeper, but that's okay.
Give your husband another 5 children.
We have David. To fund my lifestyle that revolves around family and volunteer pursuits. Dennis, goal to watch the sun come up in Barbados every morning. Wilma Boria, the goal is to not fumble too many times before reaching the goal. The reason for joining the summit is so I can potentially avoid some of those mistakes. Trisha, to build something that's proudly... Sorry, we're getting a lot of replies. To build something that's probably my own with this strong legacy of my family. Kara Turner, I want to learn specific strategies to pick products and negotiate with suppliers. Craig Green, to help my dad get a heart transplant. Karen Sandifer, I want to have some time with my husband who's 74 right now. We love to travel and help others. George Costa, my goal is to spend time with my kids. Having time for them is my main goal. Kara Brown, I wrote 2 checks dated a year from now, one to my church, one to City House Plano that gets kids off the street, each $100K. I plan to meet that. Laura Paul, build a brand that will grow profit towards a nature conservancy. Karina Kadora, we have a ton of entries. They're just pouring in now. Karina, I want to have a version of the import-export company.
Gary. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I want to have a version of the import-export company. My dad always wanted to support my family. Deborah Mitchell, donate to charities. Anthony Curcio, develop NASA-level disability equipment to make people's life better, especially kids.
So here's what we'll do, Gary. I like the one I heard about creating a legacy for their family. That I appreciate that, and I think that's big picture thinking. So we'll go with that.
Excellent. Trisha Watts, congratulations. You got the coaching call with Andy Humphrey, okay, to build something that's probably my own and a strong legacy for my family. Excellent. So please email us at support@sevenfiguresellersummit.com, and we will connect you with Andy. All right? Okay. So do we have anything else we can give away to the audience that are still here? We still have about over 80 people in the room right now. So, okay, let's keep going then. Okay, so we're over time. I just like to congratulate everybody, the winners. I like to thank all of you guys that joined on our call today. Thank you, Yoni, Liron, Andy, Chris, Rob, CJ. You guys are amazing. I'm super excited to have all you guys on board and share all of the valuable trainings and just real life advice. And I think even just doing this on the live, can you see how powerful it is to just surround yourself with successful entrepreneurs? I think a lot of times, and myself included, we kind of feel isolated, especially right now, right? We don't have, like-minded people. So now's your chance. This is why I created this, because, I'm isolated right now in Japan as well, right? I mean, with the lockdown, I don't speak the language. Literally, I just love connecting with you guys, my ecom friends, and, everyone else. So thank you, everybody. If you haven't already, we have the option to upgrade to the All Access Pass. You get full lifetime access to all of the 35 trainings. You get the audio downloads to listen on the go. You get bonuses like, Liron's additional PPC training. Yoni, he's offering $500 back on Amazon reimbursement. So that pays for itself. It's $99 right now. I think it's a small investment. It's kind of like, think about it this way. You're like, taking out like a 7-figure seller for coffee. Except you can do it like over 35 times. So definitely consider that. And, I just feel the best investment for you guys is in yourself, right? Just one nugget from any of these sessions could add an extra zero to your revenue. So join today. And then we have 100% satisfaction guarantee, 14 days money back. So definitely, if you're looking to do that, enter in today. So just like to go around the table, just like if you applied the 80-20 rule, what would be your number one recommendation to everybody watching today that wants to build a successful e-commerce business? Let's start with Yoni. What is the number one recommendation?
I usually call this the North Star for e-commerce sellers. It's really North Star. If you focus on that star, you'll always get to the right place. It's sales, cost of doing business, okay, and your margins. That's it, your profit, your net profit. If you have this always in front of you, any elements that you touch along the way always have to be correlated to that North Star. That's it. And then hustle, bustle, and Don't give up. Incremental improvements over time, and try to have fun with it. Try to enjoy the pin. Like Liran said, that pin is something that you're probably gonna wish you had more of it. So pay attention to the pin.
100%. Thanks, Yoni and Liran.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, sorry. Let's go with Liran first, and then we'll get to you, Andy. Thanks.
Sorry. I recently actually did a podcast on this, and I spoke to a guy who mentioned 3 key metrics to always focus on in your business, and to know when you're working on this, you're working on this area. So they were traffic, conversion, and feedback, right? So those are 3 things that, if you're working on bringing a product in, that's actually part of your feedback, right? Your reviews, your product sourcing, your product development. If you're working on, your PPC, that's traffic. If you're working on your listing, that's, that's conversions. And, figure out what area am I going to work on this week or today to move one of these areas forward. My reviews, my feedback, my product development, and take action is probably the biggest thing I could say is take action and, make a list of all the things you need to do for a particular product or in your business for the week, and knock them out, take action against them.
Excellent. And Andy.
Yeah, I would say that the 20% is the effort. It's the literal, like, trying things, opening up a new advertising campaign, adding new products to your store, just taking the chance of doing something, not just talking about it, but doing it. And it's the, I think it was said before, the doing is the learning. And so even if the doing doesn't make any money, the doing will make you money in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, right? It's the doing that matters. So do 20%, the 80% needs to be doing it. Like the practitioner, 80% practitioner.
Yes, practitioner. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like entertainment. Okay. This is real. Okay. And one of the other speakers, Egla, from Estonia, she's a 7-figure seller. And I love her philosophy about this. She views like, the summit, which is great. It's kind of like dessert. Okay. But you got to work on your business first. That's like the main course. Okay. So, I mean, definitely agree 100%. Right. I mean, work on your business, but, consume this, but take action. All right. Excellent. Okay. Chris, what's your number 1 recommendation?
Okay. A couple of things. One is listen to your customer. I've had great success in recent years with getting feedback from customers about our products, and not only about our products, like improving products, but like other products. I've got someone just message me while we've been on here, saying, "Oh, I really love your product, but I want a bigger version and I'm willing to pay twice the price." And he's about the 5th person that have told me this. So it's like, I'm thinking, okay, I really need to get this bigger version out. I already designed it. So this product sells for $70. They're willing to pay like $140 for a bigger version. And they're talking like 25% bigger. It's probably going to cost me another, $2 or $3 to make. So, I think you get really valuable insights from your customers. And I've actually been putting more focus on this lately to try and get feedback, because we've been going other channels where we really can communicate with our customers. And so getting feedback from them about, what they don't like about our products, what they'd like to do better, because sometimes we're designing things that we don't necessarily have a good insight into, so we do some gaming products, and I'm not big into gaming, so I need feedback from gamers. So
100%. Yeah. Listen to your customers. This is one of the common themes many of the 7 figures have said, exactly what Chris says. I mean, that's the number 1 thing. You got to solve their problems, and that feedback, take that feedback and you can iterate on that. Excellent. And Rob, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what's your number 1 recommendation?
So I think brand protection is all about protecting what you've built. So when you find that product, it's making sure you protect what you've earned and what you've spent all the time working for. But when it comes to the 80-20 principle, right, you're thinking that, or it says that 80% of your business is going to come from 20% of your customers, or here it might be 20% of your products. So when you're protecting what you've built, you've also got to protect it the right way. So I think it's two things. It's make sure you're aware of what you have and how you can protect it. So it means getting your rights registered, keeping your intellectual property portfolio up to date, things like that. But it also means when you have a problem, taking the right steps to resolve the issue amicably. You know, Chris shared his story, how it worked out great. If the viewers Google nicest cease and desist letter in the world, there's a really cool story about how Jack Daniels resolved an issue. So I think protect what you've built and do it the right way and do it nicely but firmly.
Excellent. And last but not least, CJ, what's your number one recommendation for everybody?
Well, I got to tell you, what I recommended, people who have children remember this movie, I, Robot, where it was like see a need and fill a need. Okay, so if you see a need, there was a tremendously successful seller named Chad who saw the world's greatest coffee press, but the filter sucked. So he saw a need for a better filter, and he grew his whole business from there. So what we did is like suspensions led to intellectual property issues. Intellectual property issues led to brand protection, which led to litigation. So as an entrepreneur, see a need and then do your best to fill that need. So that's what I would say. See a need and fill the need and then commit. Also, Andy, what Andy said, I think is gospel, okay? There's a saying out there, and it says that the perfect is the enemy of the done, okay? So get stuff done, move forward, develop your brand, build your product line, see a need, fill a need, and just move forward. There'll be bumps in the road, but you will survive and you will thrive, and you'll get the freedom that you seek.
100%. That's awesome. And I think the Chad that you mentioned is Chad Rubin, the guy that did the coffee filters. And we had him on Summit 1. We had him back on 2018. He gave an amazing talk about, all the things he does.
Chad's a good guy.
Definitely.
Very good guy.
Yes. Chad is awesome. Chad Rubin. If you're watching, Chad, shout out to you. I'd love to get you on the next one. We have an amazing lineup. And also we have a comment from Jenny. She said she's the winner of the $250. And she said that, CJ, happy to take you up on that offer. My $250 is yours to match and donate. So awesome. We're helping others all over the world. I am super excited. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. I'm blown away. Just having like all you amazing people come on and help support us and, help everybody level up their businesses. We're starting tomorrow. We're going to do a daily live. Watch out for the invite over emails. I hope every one of you guys can join in tomorrow. We're going to cover the mindset, the fundamentals, kicking off with Leron tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right. So anything else we should cover today, guys? We haven't covered that I left out.
Just have fun with it.
We're good.
Just have fun with it.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you, everybody, again. And we will see you tomorrow at the summit. Take care, guys, and see you soon.
Everybody.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.